What's going on, Darthburn Empire? Bringing you another brand new video today, and today we are going to rank all the shinies in Generation 8 Pokemon. And let's get started. Alright, first up we have G-Max Charizard, and we're going in the super good tier with G-Max Charizard. The only thing that could make Charizard even better in this form and push it right into God tier would be if those flames turn blue, but other than that, it's the classic black Charizard, and how can you not love it? Next up, G-Max Butterfree. Where are we going? I think Butterfree's got to go in the meh tier, honestly. It's decent, it's the same, you know, nothing too fancy about it. And next up, we got G-Max Pikachu, also going in the meh tier. Slight orange hue. It's a little bit muddied from the red lighting from the G-Max clouds and like the red shine that you get from it. All right. Hold up 1 second, guys. I gotta take this call. Hello, Rainbow Pikachu from Vivid Voltage. You're in this pack? Well, thank you very much. I'll be looking forward to meeting you. As you guys can see, I've got Pokemon Vivid Voltage card packs right here. And I've actually got 2 of them on me. And I'm going to be opening up these bad boys on the channel very soon. And stay tuned for those. And as always, I have my Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke on the channel as well. We've just done 1 episode of that and be looking forward to the next episode over the next couple of days. I'm looking forward to 2 episodes a week on that. But right now, let's get back to the tier list. Next up, Galarian Meowth. And how can you not like this spiky boy? I'm not feeling the yellow too much on this. I think I'm going to put it in the no thanks. It's kind of got that pea yellow color that's I'm not really feeling today. And it's, you know, it looks pretty good with the no thanks. Next up, we have G-Max Machamp hulking out with those with the green color scheme and the lava hands. Again, going into decent, the meh tier. It's pretty much the same thing. Maybe the green changes a little bit, but nothing too crazy overall. Alright, next up, we have Galarian Ponyta and Rapidash, and these two are very good shinies. I'm putting Ponyta into the super good tier. The teal and the yellow just go so well together, and in contrast to the pink and purple that we normally see, I love it. But on the other hand, I don't think Galarian Rapidash is the same. I think it's a little bit lesser, and I feel like the colors just don't flow as well on Rapidash, if you will. Alright, next up we have Galarian Farfetch'd. And this is going to be the first not huntable Pokemon. And the reason being, you cannot tell that it is shiny. Its belly gets a little bit more gold, and that's about it. G-Max Gengar. God tier. God tier for sure. Gengar Irregular is probably one of the most garbage tier shinies out there, but just like its Mega Evolution, it turns white and it's got that Funhouse vibes, and how can you not love it? Next up we have G-Max Kingler, and it's going into the no thanks tier. Also going in no thanks, we've got Doug Dimmadome, or Galarian Weezing with its smokestacks and its kind of ugly brown color with the green not changing. And not huntable, Galarian Mr. Mime. And, you know, on the channel before, I've said my dislike for Galarian Mr. Mime, and its shiny does not do it any justice. Going into super good, we have G-Max Lapras. And G-Max Lapras is just like super cool. It's got those cruise ship vibes. But again, it's just the original beautiful purple color that we see on Lapras in its regular form, and you can't help but love it. Eevee, I'm going into decent, or the meh tier. Eevee's basically the same, just a silvery gray, kind of whited out. And Snorlax, going to no thanks. Gmax Snorlax. It basically keeps the same color scheme, just the tree on top changes to orange. Nothing special. Again, no thanks. Galarian, Corsola, kind of faded out. All it is purple eyes. Not huntable. Oh, not huntable, but no thanks. Straight to super good, I think, is Galarian Zigzagoon, and I'm also going to throw Linoon up there as well. I love the red, white, and blue theme. Kind of reminds me of the American flag, and is great contrast to the black and white scheme that we have, because you would go from like a monotone color to something really flashy. I think it's really, really dope. In the Met tier, we've got Galarian, Darumaka, and Darmanitan, and I'm also going to throw Zen Mode up into the Met tier as well. Just not a huge fan of that one. Galarian, a Mask, I'm going to put into decent, or like the Met tier as well. I like the green eyes. It gets a little bit more saturated, and that's about it. Next up, we have the Garbodor, and I'm going to put that into no thanks. All it is the trash bag changes. That's pretty much it. Alright, and rounding out the last of the forms here, we have Galarian Stunfisk. I'm going to put that into not huntable. Next up, we have the starter Pokemon, and we're going to start it off with Grookey, Thwackey, and Rillaboom, but Rillaboom is going up into super good, while the other two are going into the Met tier. I think Rillaboom goes up into the super good tier because I love that like brighter green, those brighter green leaves on it, where the other two kind of dull out a little bit, but not a huge change, but there are a few subtle shinies that I think really deserve to be in the super good tier. Next up, we got Scorebunny. I'm going to put Scorebunny into no thanks, even though I have hunted it, and I do have my own shiny Scorebunny, well, that I evolved in the Cinderace. But the rest of the line is going into decent, and the reason for that is the flipped, like inverted color scheme is great, with the gray becoming the white and vice versa. And the colors are just kind of like faded, all that, and then the gray isn't too much of a, you know, a prominent color, and you could say gray is a boring color anyway. Next up, we have Sable. Sable, Drizzile, and Inteleon are all going into the decent Met tier. And it's good. It's a very subtle change from going like blues and, you know, turns to blues and pinks instead of the blues and yellows. Next up, Squovet and Greedent are garbage, or not garbage, but I would hunt them if it was like my last Pokemon to hunt, or if I found it randomly in the wild, which, you know, you could do by popping those, shaking those berry trees. Next up, we have Rookie D is going into decent, Corvisquire also going into decent, and Gmax and regular Corviknight are going into the super good tier. I just love the swap from black to gray, and I think it really stands out. Alright, Blipbug, not huntable. Dottler, decent. Gmax Orbeetle, also going into decent. Regular Orbeetle, going into decent. I love the red to purple vibes, and even like the Gmax is super good. Next up, we have Thievil and Nickit, and they're going into the no thanks tier. I have actually gotten Thievil from Dynamax Adventures, and it's okay. I like the gray and the blue together, but it's not, you know, something crazy, you know. Alright, next up, we have Gossifleur and Eldegoss. I'm going to throw these in the decent tier. Not too big of a change, just kind of subtle. Next up, Wooloo, double, decent, color swap. It's pretty simple. Alright, next up we have more decent Pokemon going in the Met tier of Chudel and Dreadnaught, and they just changed to more of a turtle colors. I think Dreadnaught's a little bit better, but other than that, you know, it's nothing too crazy. Kind of looks like Bowser a little bit. Yamper, not huntable, and also Boltund, even worse. Yamper is cute. It's a little pink. Boltund should have been blue. Not huntable. Alright, next up, we have the RollyColey line. And RollyColey is decent. One of the first Masuda hunts I did in Pokemon Sword and Shield. And I think, actually, it's going into, what's it called? Colossal is going to go into the super good tier. I love the navy blue coloring, and I think it just really pops compared to like a dull black color. Alright, Applein and its line are all going to go into decent, I think. Yeah, they're going into decent. And everything's just going into decent. I think, this one makes sense. No thanks, no thank you, and decent. Alright, this may be a little bit controversial, but I'm throwing Cramorant up into super good. And you may be saying, Cramorant's just an ugly, fuddly-dudley bird, but I'm going to put it into the super good tier because the contrast from blue to orange is really nice in my opinion, and I love that color orange on the curry bird. And next up we have the fish that Cramorant swallows in Arrokuda, and also Barraskewda. They're going into decent, nothing too crazy, a little bit darker color scheme. Toxel, on the other hand, where am I going to put it? It's going into decent. I'm going to put the whole line in decent, actually. Not huntable, silly, Sandaconda line, all going into garbage tier. Alright, Punching Bag Octopus. He's going into decent. He's a little cute guy with a little baby blue coloring. And the Luchador is going into the super good tier with the red mask and the white skin. It just really pops, and it looks like he's even wearing more of a superhero mask, if you will. Next up, we got the Teacup line. Teacup going from purple to pink, decent, nothing too crazy. And we've got the Hatena line. I think Hatena's actually, there are no thanks for me, but I like Hatterene a little bit more because the pink kind of stands out a lot more and it's not as dulled. But I think I'm going to put the G-Max form into no thanks because it's just kind of not recognizable with the red glow from Dynamax. Alright, one of my favorites from this generation and one of my quickest shiny hunts in the game was Impidimp. I'm putting the whole line into super good. And the reason for putting them in super good is because I love the pink to blue change, and I like the black and white inverted colors on Grimmsnarl. And fun fact, if you didn't know, there's Grimmsnarl and its shiny form are just the inverted color schemes, which is pretty cool as we don't usually see that on shiny Pokemon. Coming down to nearing the end of our list here, we also have Obstagoon, and I put the other ones into decent. Obstagoon goes into super good as well. It's the same color scheme. How could I not put it there? The Berserker is also going to go, I'm going to put it into the Met tier because it is a little bit more golden than the P yellow, and again kind of matches the color of the Met tier, but that's not really factoring into anything. Again, no thanks. Cursula, same tier as Corsola, nothing special. And as opposed to Galarian Farfetch'd, I'm going to put Surfetch'd into the Met tier. It goes from white to gold, nothing too crazy, but it is a nice change. And this Met tier is kind of filling out, but I don't think it's anything too crazy. I think it's like, Met isn't a bad category to be in, it's just kind of a safe place to put them, and they're all kind of average in their own right. Mr. Rhyme, on the other hand, garbage, not huntable. That's all I'm going to say about that. Runerigus, decent. I think I put Yamask in decent, yes. Also, yeah, nothing special. Same color scheme as Yamask. Milcery, garbage. Alchemy, decent. I like the black on it. It kind of makes sense for the Pokemon because it's known for having all these different colors and forms. And what happens when you combine all those colors and forms into one? You'd get an amalgamation of colors becoming black. And I'm going to put Phalanx into the Met tier, but not too bad. Could be better though. Pincurchin, no thanks. The yellow mouth to the orange mouth is not exciting to me, and the spikes when it lights up are usually yellow. And you think, wow, the shiny's mouth is orange. You think the spikes grow orange. Nope. Snom, although I do like Snom, no thanks. Frostmoth, also no thanks. It's a subtle change that's not too crazy. And I do like it. I have a shiny Frostmoth myself, but I don't think I'd want to hunt it again. Ice Cube, this may be a weird one. I'm putting into super good. I love the pink on the Ice Cube. I love the blue to pink. Even though it's common for water ice types, it's kind of getting a little bit more cold, if you will. Indeedee, no thanks. Purple hair or whatever. S'more Pico, it looks like a s'more. That's really all it is. Nothing crazy. Q-Fence, not huntable. Also, Copperajah, not huntable. Yeah. The fossils, all going into decent. They all kind of look the same. Except, I think I'm going to put... I like Dracovish a little bit more. But I don't think I like it more than them as a whole. Now, Duraludon is one of my favorite shinies in this generation. I'm going to put it into super good, although that may be a little controversial. And the G-Max Duraludon is a tad bit better, with the orange being a little bit more noticeable. And I really like the navy blue and the shiny coloring on the metal. It makes it a little bit more vibrant, a little bit like a cleaner metal, maybe, if you will, like stainless steel. Dreepy, I think I'm going to throw into super good. I'm also going to throw Dracloak in there. But Dragapult is going to God tier. And you may be saying, this is a very subtle shiny. But in my opinion, I really love the red to yellow. And yellow is one of my favorite colors on a shiny Pokemon. And this was actually the first Pokemon I hunted in Sword and Shield. And I just love it so much. I think it deserves the God tier. Zacian, I think, is going into super good. Crown form, also super good. Zamazenta, a little bit more magenta, goes into the Met tier. Although the dark red is really nice on it, but it's very similar. Eternatus, same thing, it's magenta. And for whatever reason, Stonejourner decided to sneak in at the end here. And it's going into no thanks. And that's going to be all for my tier list video. And I'm pretty happy with my results here. As you can see, I was kind of stingy on the God tier. But I think if you want to be God tier, you just have to be like crazy different from what you already are. And I feel like Dragapult maybe not so much God tier, but I really have a personal connection to it. And I feel like some of these other super good Pokemon, like Charizard or G-Max Grimmsnarl, they really have a good shot of making it into God tier. But for the sake of this video, I wanted to make sure that God tier is like super clean. And in my opinion, the Met tier is just kind of, everything's not too drastic of a change, and it's just kind of simple or not as exciting as some of the super good tiers. And as always, if you enjoyed this tier list, or if you have any differences in opinions on my tier list, make sure you like and subscribe, and keep a lookout for the next videos to come. Again, I've got these 2 boxes of Vivid Voltage right here. And if you want to see me open these up on the channel very soon, I am going to be releasing shorts videos of them. And don't forget to check out my Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke. It would really mean a lot for you guys to check that out, as the first video didn't get too many views yet. And hopefully we can make it a change, and very exciting videos in that series to come. And yeah, check me out on Instagram and Twitch. I plan to be streaming on Twitch very soon. I have the links for those in the description. And as always, see you guys on the next video. Peace!